All right, everybody, we're back with a brand new Integrative Health Coach Success podcast. I'm Dr. Steve Cabral, board certified doctor of naturopathy and founder of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. Excited to get into today's show. And that is because although we can sometimes kick the can down the road and just plan for the next year and say, hey, we're excited for an exciting and big 2025 or whenever you're listening to this show, we also want to be able to finish the year strong. And that starts now. Think of it as almost 6 weeks or 8 weeks of what we need to do to close out this year strong with the momentum to roll into next year. So what I want to do is I want to share with you a 5-step plan, simple, straightforward, that I want you to work now. And in order to work it now, you need to just work through these 5 steps. But if you work the plan, here's the great thing about it. You'll already be set up for a great 2025. And again, into the future, you can always use this plan. So here's the thing. Before we start, step 1 is the ideation process. So this is what do we want to achieve? Right? And don't wait until January 1st or your 12-week year is up. And we'll link up to the 12-week year at ihp.coach/358. So head on over there for the show notes, 3 big takeaways plus previous shows we want to link back to. But we need to know what we want to achieve. So if you're just getting into the health coach-based practice, make sure that you are locked in on your certification. You've started level 1 or you started level 2. Finish it up by the end of the year. Here's the great thing. Most modules in IHP, you can move through in 1 to 2 weeks maximum. That means by the end of the year, you can get through 8 modules, 4 at the least. So you're going to be able to get through probably all of level 1 if you're just starting out. And if you're halfway through, or maybe even just a third of the way through level 2, you're going to move through level 2. Why does that matter? Well, the reason is that what really sets you apart, again, this isn't just for IHPs, but here's an example. Let's say you're a personal trainer. Okay. Well, you want to make sure that whatever the new niches that you have that certification. So for IHPs or for a personal trainer, massage therapist, esthetician, chiropractor, et cetera, when you're able to read labs, you can offer it to all of your clients. Hey, how about this at-home lab test that's going to show your food sensitivities? Well, that's great for pretty much everybody. Estheticians, again, massage with inflammation, with personal training clients, like all of that's important, right? Vitamin D levels, your hormone levels, et cetera. So level 2 is just really important. Well, finish that going into January of this coming year. All right, so that's one thing. Let's say you have your certifications, you're in any of the health-based fields. Well, what else? Well, maybe you don't have your social media set up. Maybe you don't even like social media. It's okay. I'm not the hugest fan of social media, truthfully, but I love being able to reach people. I love being able to teach. So you need to start to look at that differently. And so what we need to do then is to say, all right, we need to get you more clients. And one way to do that is to be able to teach, to share, to get people to know that you exist. So we say, okay, maybe your plan then, your idea is going to be on social media or creating your overall brand. That's important. Start to work on what your niche is, what you want to achieve, who you want to serve over the next 6 to 8 weeks, but be ready. Don't wait until January 1st. Or maybe you want to start to get into being more of an influencer, doing reviews on the best mineral waters, the best water filters, the best shower filters, the best air filters. What else? The best healthy food-based products, or swapping this for that. Whatever it is that you want to do, all right, think about that. And then, of course, we're going to start to write down all those ideas. We'll talk about that in a moment. And so what I would say is this. Think about what it is that you want to achieve, and then we'll talk about the steps to get there. But as I said, having a great 2025 starts right now. If you're listening to this in 2025, having a great 2026 starts with these items right now. Okay, so first is know what you want to achieve. If you're just getting your certification, get certified. If you're already certified, working on the next, great, finish that up. After that, what do we want to do? Start to work with clients, right? Like that's that next step. So we can do that through networking, through social media, through what we've talked about many times before. Work with 10 people for free. They just purchased their lab. You give them the free consult. In exchange, you need to get a success story. That's part of the deal, a testimonial, and 1 referral. That's basically what you're going to ask for. Great. So those 10 free clients lead to now 10 paid clients. So we have podcasts and all of these. You can find them at ihp.coach/podcasts. That's where all of the podcasts are that are going to teach you for free, step by step, all the different podcasts right there. Then, if you're already an IHP, after level 1, you get curated content, a whole business course, 30 different videos, how to develop your niche, your avatar, all those great things. All right, so check that out. All right, so step 1 is just figure out what it is that you need to do. What's missing? All right, that's step 1. That's the idea. Step 2 is then the strategy behind it. I already went into the strategy basically for getting your certification. Just, again, 30 minutes per day. We'll get you through 1 module a week for level 1. And then for level 2, 1 module every 2 weeks. Done, right? So you can get through 4 modules, level 2, 8 modules, level 1. You can already start working with clients after you get level 1 certified. Again, if you're a personal trainer, massage therapist, think about, okay, well, what's that next certification that you may want? And maybe part of that's working as a health coach as well. All right, so you need your strategy. What if it's social media? Well, if you don't have a social media account, go back, check out our previous shows, but sign up for not every single one. Sign up for Instagram, right? Like, at least start there. And you probably have that already with Meta. So you can, whatever you post on Instagram, can you post it to Facebook? Done, right? So that's going to be your easiest, lowest hanging fruit to start. And then you're going to start to post content. We have lots of free podcasts on those as well. The third step, so we've got our idea, we have our strategy. Strategy is basically, what do we need to do on this with this idea? And the third then is create the plan. You might say, well, that's the same as strategy. Not really. The plan is on Mondays, so let's just talk about my podcast, The Cabral Concept. On Mondays, I'm going to post on mindset and motivation. On Tuesdays, I post about integrative health and functional medicine. On Wednesdays, I talk about body transformation. On Thursdays, I talk about all sorts of different things now, but it used to always be about exercise. Now it's also high performance health. On Fridays, that's my Friday review. I review research. I review a favorite product or book of the week. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I answer questions from the community. So that is creating a plan. How long does it take for me to do one of those posts? 30 minutes, right? And so what you want to do, originally it's going to take you an hour, but eventually you'll get it down to 30 minutes. That's all that you need, right? And you don't need to do a podcast, of course. I'm talking about a social media post, a 1-minute video maximum, or a written post with like a little infographic or anything like that, finding the image, whatever it might be. All right. So that's the plan. But on social media, ideally you're showing up daily. You're doing some stories. Just say, hey, everybody, just getting ready for a consultation. One of the tips that I love to give my clients right off the bat is that any plan that they do is going to work better when they open up their drainage pathways. If you've never heard about drainage pathways before, I would love to share with you why that works so well. Feel free to direct message me, DM me right now. I'll set you up with a complimentary consultation. We'll talk about drainage pathways. Now you have the opportunity to obviously work with them as a client as well. So just like really simple in your stories and then in one post a day. All right, that's it. Really simple. All right. Now, number 4 is this: executing daily. That's where we start to run into trouble, right? Because a lot of times, I don't know, maybe if you're like me, I love to journal, right? I've got my 2 journals right here on my desk. I'll actually show them to you right now. They're just moleskin journals. That's all right here. And so what I love to do is I love to journal. I love to come up with ideas. I'll come up with strategies and even maybe some planning, but it's executing daily. That is what separates the people from ultimately who make it and those who don't. Because here's the truth. Even those who make it have the same issues that those that don't. Meaning, like, not every day do you want to show up on social media. Not every day do you want to record a podcast. Not every day do you want to study for your certification. You don't, right? But executing daily is what separates the two, right? Because those who do it, even when they don't, are the ones that ultimately get ahead. It's also why I tell you, don't make it more than 30 minutes a day. Like, that's the thing. Because I can struggle through 30 minutes if I have to, but if you ask me to struggle through 2 hours, that's a big ask. So make it 30 minutes. That's it. Make it 30 minutes. And I've got another podcast coming out in a couple of weeks of how to get more done daily as well. So definitely check that out. Okay. And then number 5 is this: building off of your small wins. This is so important. I work with just a few mentorship clients in the health and wellness-based field, many of them IHPs. And I tell them, you're ready to start working with 20, 30 clients a week. But how many clients are you working with now? Just a couple? Okay. So there is not a J-shaped curve where you're like, I struggle, and then I go with 30 clients. You're going to work with 2, 3 clients a week, then 5, 6 clients a week, 10, 12 clients a week, 15 clients, and you're going to start to move upwards like that. Unless you're all of a sudden on this big podcast and you get this windfall or interview of clients, it's going to be referral on social media. People are going to your website's converting, they're signing up for a discovery call, you're getting better at your discovery calls. That's how it works. So now in the meantime, what you need to do, and I know it's difficult, believe me, I'm there with you on all sorts of different new projects, but you need to enjoy the process. You really do. And you need to celebrate the small wins. So when you get your first client, celebrate. When you start going from 1 or 2 appointments a week to 3 to 5 appointments a week, celebrate. When you go from 5 appointments now to 10 appointments a week, which is a lot, 40 appointments for the month, think about that. That's amazing, right? Amazing financially, amazing for how you feel about your work, amazing for the difference you're making in people's lives. So start to celebrate that. So we're going to come up with an idea. That's what I would love you to do right now. You're going to build a strategy around it. Those strategies have already been created, right? They're out there. Then what you're going to do is create a plan. Here's the time of the day that I'm going to do it. Here's what I'm going to work on, 30 minutes, 60 minutes maximum. You're going to execute daily, time of the day. This is what you're working on. So it's already been decided. And then enjoy the process, enjoy the wins. Keep building momentum on those small wins each and every week. So hopefully this was helpful. Again, all the big takeaways, all the resources are at ihp.coach/358. Have an amazing week, everybody. Let's get after it. Let us know what you're going to work on in the comments. Take care.